Hey, hello, what's up everyone? In this video I'm going to teach you about Mars in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart. So before beginning, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and click the like button. And if you have any doubt after watching this video, please to mention it in my below comment section, okay? And yes, please to like and follow my Facebook community page Parikshith Astrology, where you can also post astrological stuff and gain knowledge. So let's begin. Now, what do you mean by navamsa chart or the D9 chart? See, navamsa chart or the D9 chart is the second most important chart after your birth chart. It is mainly seen for your strengthness of your planet. It is also seen for your married life. It is also seen for your relationship between you and your spouse and also your marital life. See, navamsa chart or the D9 chart gets activated after the second half of your life, that is after 33 years or 36 years of your age, or after your married life. Now, coming to the strengthness of your planet. Now, let's say for example, if Sun is debilitated in your birth chart and that planet Sun has been exalted in your navamsa chart or the D9 chart, that shows that that planet Sun has gained extra strength or extra power. Now, coming to the married life or relationship between you and your spouse. See, every individual divisional chart, including the main birth chart, has its own Karaka planet or the significator planet, right? So, for example, in your birth chart or the D1 chart, Sun is the Karaka planet or the significator planet, right? Likewise, in your navamsa chart or the D9 chart, Venus is the Karaka planet or the significator planet. So, Venus should be placed in an exalted sign, Multrikon sign, own sign, or in a friendly sign. That shows that your married life will be very good. Now, coming to the 6th house of your D9 chart or the navamsa chart. Now, what happens when Mars is placed in the 6th house of your D9 chart or the navamsa chart? It shows that after your married life, if you have some enemies, they won't withstand in front of you and they will be destroyed also. It also shows that you will win all the competitions. It may be in terms of fighting with your spouse, or it may be in terms of anything, any competitions. You will win all the competitions. It also shows that you may fight with your gurus or teachers or even mentors or even counselors also, or from whom you take advice. You may fight with them. Now, it also shows that you will gain very good gains from the foreign land also, because it aspects 12th house from its 7th aspect, and you will have some friend from foreign land, where through your friend you will gain very good gains. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Moon? Now, what does planet Moon represents? Moon represents your emotions, Moon represents your mind, Moon represents your mother, Moon also represents your happiness. So, these are all the things the planet Moon represents. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Moon? That represents after your married life, you will get happiness only when you defeat your enemies, or only when you win or some particular competitions. It may be with your spouse, or it may be with your enemies, or it may be with your opponent. So, these are all the things can be seen through when Mars and Moon are conjuncted in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart. And it also shows that your mother's health may be affected. Now, what happens when Mars and Jupiter are conjuncted with each other in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart? Now, what does planet Jupiter represents? See, planet Jupiter represents your knowledge, your wisdom. It also represents minister. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Jupiter? That shows that through your knowledge, your enemies may be defeated, or through your spiritual knowledge, or through sharing your knowledge, your enemies may be defeated. And it also shows that you may become a very good social worker also, where you will get very huge name and fame in the society. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Venus? Now, what does planet Venus represents? Venus represents love, Venus represents your spouse, Venus represents entertainment, Venus represents beauty, Venus represents luxurious life. So, when Mars and Venus are conjuncted in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart, it shows that after your married life, you may fight with your spouse. It also represents you may get angry with your spouse also. Now, what happens when Mars and Mercury are conjuncted in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart? Now, what does planet Mercury represents? See, planet Mercury represents your intelligence. It also represents your communication. So, these are all things can be seen through planet Mercury. Now, what happens when Mars and Mercury are conjuncted in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart? It shows that through your intelligence, through your communication, your enemies may get defeated. And it also shows that you may become a very good lawyer also. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Sun? Now, what does planet Sun represents? Sun represents king, Sun represents government, Sun represents authority. It also represents name and fame in your society. Now, when Mars and Sun are conjuncted in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart, it shows that after your married life, you will get very good name when you are working in the government sector, that too especially after 33 years or 36 years of your age. And it also shows that when you defeat your enemies, or when you win over some particular party, like say for example, if you are in a political party and if you win over some particular political party, you will get very good status or recognition in your society. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Saturn? Now, what does planet Saturn represents? It represents your patience. It also represents your hardworking things and all. Now, when Mars and Saturn are conjuncted in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart, it represents after your married life, you may get obstacles in your life. Of course, if it is placed in a very good sign, you will rise very high, and it also shows that you may have very lot of enemies also, but you will be able to defeat them through your hard work. So these all things can be seen through when Mars and Saturn are conjuncted in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Rahu? Now, what does planet Rahu represents? See, Rahu represents, it's actually the exotic planet. It also represents your illusionary thinking. Now, when Mars and Rahu are conjuncted in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart, it shows that your aggressiveness may increase after your married life with your spouse especially. And it also shows that through your overthinking or through your over imagination, you may end up fighting with your spouse. So these are all things can be seen through when Mars and Rahu are conjuncted in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart, and it also shows that you might be having some health problems also. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Ketu? Now, what does planet Ketu represents? It actually represents your spirituality. It also represents your occult science. It also represents mysticism and all. Now, when Mars and Ketu are conjuncted with each other in the 6th house of D9 navamsa chart, it represents you may become very spiritual. It also shows that you may become a very good healer also. So these are all the things can be seen through when Mars is sitting in the 6th house of D9 chart or the navamsa chart in Vedic astrology. So this is it for today, guys. If you want any consultancy, please to contact to my given below WhatsApp number, or else you can even mail me also. So until and unless, thank you, bye bye, love you, take care.